Hanging with B Drop podcast, episode 95. And I got my dog, DJ Vinnie Mack.
Yes,
You know,
sir.
my boy got the professional game setup. You know what I'm saying? My boy got the PC ready.
Hey, man, Trevor, the next Nick Merckx, bro.
Hey, dog. Hey, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I saw you post that you had 400 wins, bro. I looked at my homies like, what the fuck are we doing, bro? Dog, you got 400 dubs on Warzone. That's fucking crazy, dog. I'm not even just saying that shit. That's a lot of fucking wins,
Bro, honestly, when I was getting wins, I thought it was just like a normal thing.
Nah, bro.
I thought like everyone else was getting them. Like,
bro, hey, what's your loadout, bro? You gotta give me the loadout. What you running? What you a sniper?
Man.
What you use, bro? What's
I'm a pusher, bro. I run double AR.
Yeah, ready.
Or AR SMG, you know, just
yeah.
I'm a pusher.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I'm excited to get my dog, bro, because last week we were in Pasadena together, and there's something that's going around, bro, that you've been doing that I don't know how you do it, but it's crazy that you do it. The fact that you have no playlist, dog, like you be having no playlist, and I feel like that's something that like a lot of people are starting to see, like, oh shit, like my dog be using no playlist. Are you surprised that you've been doing that shit for a long time, or is that
I got used to it?
Yeah,
honestly, bro, like I thank Twitch for that, because when I started picking up DJing on Twitch,
yeah,
I realized that it's a whole different crowd compared to what we're used to at the club.
Yeah.
So at the club, you're already kind of going expecting, you know, the usual hits and what to do. But when it came to Twitch, the crowd is so different, and it's like people who don't really care about what's popping. They just want good music.
Yeah.
So I caught myself always relying on playlists when I first started.
Yeah.
But then there was people always asking these random ass requests, and I'm like, all right, well, let me go to my, all music.
Yeah.
Type in the song and like try to fit it in. And eventually I caught myself just like not even relying on the playlist.
Yeah.
When I hop on Twitch, I'll just be like, all right, like throw on a track and like, okay, let's see where we go.
Yeah.
And that's just how I started doing it. So when it came out to the club, I kind of played it the same way, you know, just to like see how it works and
how it felt.
Yeah. And it kind of just been like, I got used to it.
Hey man, I gotta give you props, bro. That's ballsy, man, because you don't feel like sometimes you get stuck though, like in your mind where you're like, fuck, like no, a song doesn't come to you as quick. You don't feel like sometimes you go through that shit?
It definitely happens, but in the back of my mind, I always have go-to tracks. I'm sure every DJ has those go-to tracks.
Yeah.
I mean, like I'll be looking up like, all right, I just played Tyga, and I literally click in hip hop, or I put in YG, like I click YG because when you click in YG on your search bar, YG and Tyga both pop up. You know what I mean? So you get so like I always like I look, and if it's like none of those tracks go, then I'm just like, all right, Blow the Whistle, Too Short. I mean, everyone has those go-to. Like I have go-to, like Yang Twins, Quick, and you throw it in, you have like 3 minutes to breathe.
No, yeah,
or 2 minutes to breathe. However you want to go about it, but
no, yeah, that makes sense. No, it's cool, man. I give you props for it, because I was like, yo, it's and in a way it challenges you. You know what I mean? Like just trying to be on it,
And it's not even the challenging part. What I like to do, what I like about it now, is that I always run into tracks I forgot I had.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like
at Ixtapa, I remember I'm like scrolling, and I'm like, I haven't played Tipsy in fucking forever. I forgot I even had that track.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I'm like, I'm gonna drop it.
Dog. No, it makes sense, man. But yeah, bro. So it's crazy because I feel like we know each other, but like not as well. You know what I'm saying? So it's
definitely.
like, so I feel like I would like to, kind of get to know you better. No, but I would like to,
thanks,
you know what I'm saying? I would like,
that.
I would like to, kind of go from the jump. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the first time you've been on the pod. So usually when we have somebody, jump in, we kind of just talk about their story, bro. Like what city they're from, and then we just kind of glide from there. You know what I mean? So I don't know where you're from originally, but yeah, man, let's just start it, and then we could even get into like what made you start DJing and all that stuff.
Cool.
But yeah, man, where you from, bro?
Originally, I'm from Boyle Heights. I born White Memorial, went to Second Street Elementary, Hollenbeck Middle School. So I grew up in Boyle Heights, and people who know Boyle Heights from the '90s know how tough it was growing up there.
Yeah.
But that's where I'm from. But the thing is too is that I had young parents. My mom was 16 when she had me.
Okay.
My dad was 18, so very young.
Yeah.
And we moved around a lot. Young parents and moving in and out of different apartments or houses or in different cities. And so I moved around a lot growing up. So I'd say I'm from Boyle Heights, but really it's like it's all of LA. Because I've
Yeah.
lived in Alhambra and San Gabriel and Rosemead and Monterey Park, even West Covina, back and forth Boyle Heights. I've lived in East LA. Right now I'm in Montebello.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I've been
Yeah.
all over the
Yeah.
place, bro. Like,
That's
you
crazy,
know.
bro. How was that as a kid? Just being at so many different spots. Was it weird? Just being in so many.
At first, I mean, I grew up with this. So it was a norm to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So at
Yeah.
first, I
Yeah.
didn't know it. That's not how it was supposed to be for a
Right.
lot of
Yeah.
kids. You know, like
Yeah. Yeah.
the
Yeah.
thing is, like I never really knew what it was like to be steady somewhere. Like every like few months, it's like new house, or every couple years, it's like new house, new house, new house.
That's
So
crazy.
I mean, growing up, it was like it was cool because for me, it felt like an adventure all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like new surroundings. But the only thing that did suck was I could never have friends over because I always lived too far or I didn't live in the area. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Like, there's always
Yeah.
like kids, I want to have a birthday party.
Yeah.
But for me,
Yeah.
it's like I can't because nobody from like Boyle Heights is gonna drive out to fucking like San Gabriel
Yeah. Yeah.
to drop off their kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That
And
makes
then
sense.
plus when parents find out my parents were like 25, they don't feel comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah. No, that makes
so
sense.
it's
Fuck.
it's yeah. So growing up, it was very off. I got a little more steady when I was in high school though because they did move me to school in Montebello. I went to Shore High School,
Uh huh.
so I went to Shore High School. Although I did like live in Rosemead or whatever, it was still neighboring.
Yeah.
So it was cooler to have people over.
Yeah.
Yeah, but growing up as a child, like it was definitely tough to like
Damn.
have constant friends like that.
That's crazy. And the fact that you said you didn't even know that was in like quote unquote the normalcy. Because it was just
Yeah,
like this is just me living, you
bro, and
know?
it's the same thing like even growing up in Boyle Heights and then moving to somewhere like Montebello where it's completely different.
Yeah.
Like in Boyle Heights, like all these kids are like all my friends, all
Yeah.
their dads are gang members or their moms are gang members, you
Wow.
know what I mean? So they
Yeah.
grew up with like, like we gotta grow up quick.
Yeah.
And then when I went to Montebello, everything was like most kids, like they've gone into school in the same like radius of wherever they live their whole lives. All
Right,
these
right.
kids know each other, all these kids, whatever. And the ones who are trying to act gangster are like actually pretty well off. They just could afford all the cool shit.
Damn, that's
You know what I
crazy,
mean?
bro.
So
Yeah.
and
Damn,
so
that's wild, bro.
I didn't know how weird it was for me to grow up until I went to high school in Montebello and I started to learn all these things. Like, wait, what do you mean you went to the same like like you went to school with all these like same friends from like since you were in elementary to
You're like,
now?
how? You're like, how does
What?
that make
What
sense?
do you mean you've lived in the same house for like 20 years? What? You don't get bored?
Yeah, yeah. You don't get tired of seeing the same bed?
Yeah. What you mean?
Yo, that's fucking crazy. And like, what kind of shit were you into when you were a kid? Like, were you into sports and stuff like that?
Yeah. Well, my dad actually it was my dad who was like really heavy into sports.
Uh-huh.
So obviously that kind of rubbed off on me, and I
Yeah.
put a lot of baseball,
Yeah.
a lot of baseball. They tried to put me in soccer, but obviously I wasn't as athletic, as
Yeah,
people
that
thought I
wasn't
was
your
gonna
thing.
be.
That wasn't your thing.
Nah,
Yeah.
but I did a lot of baseball and I played sports and I was, one of those outdoor kids.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, like we didn't have pools and stuff. So it was
Yeah.
like, little manguera, water pools,
Yeah.
whatever.
What about basketball? Were you into basketball? Like,
Yeah, well,
or
my whole fam like my uncles and my dad played basketball
yeah.
growing up. I just, you know, I just
Yeah.
wasn't that good at basketball. Like
Yeah.
I was really heavy into baseball. That was my thing. That was my go-to sport. But I
Yeah.
was into sports in general though. Like even
Yeah.
in high school, I played football and stuff.
That's tight.
But yeah, but I never really played it.
Okay, so what about the music, bro? When did that come to play? What do you feel like you always enjoyed music when you were a kid, or is that something you feel like you picked up as you got older?
Yeah, so the music I've always been into. That's always been like the love of my life.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Um, the dope thing was that I I have young parents, so they were always listening to music, bumping music around me when I
yeah,
was younger. And then I had uncles who are even younger. This is how I pan it out.
yeah,
So my dad was into breakdancing, right? And he liked
yeah,
old school hip hop and all that
yeah,
hard shit, like EPMD
yeah,
and
yeah.
like just like all that
Yeah,
OG
you
shit,
got some
right?
chill and all that dope
Yeah.
shit.
So then
Yeah,
my mom was really into oldies and she loved black culture as well. So she was into oldies and R&B and all that stuff. So like that's what I listened to a lot.
yeah,
Her older brothers listened to like they like to go out, so they were like into like disco and house
yeah,
music and even like classic rock. So
yeah.
I would be surrounded by that.
That's
And
sick.
since my parents were young, they would leave me with like my uncles or my grandma or whatever. So whoever
Yeah,
I'm with, like I'm listening to their music.
yeah.
So they had all that. And then my younger uncles, they're only like 7 years older than me. They would listen to like, like Pac and Snoop
Yeah.
and whatever was popping in mid 90s.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
was just
Yeah.
surrounded by all that. So me hearing all that music all the time, I would always try to like dive into like deeper into those specific genres.
Yeah. That's sick, bro. And
Yeah.
like, how did it feel having young parents? Like, did you notice that your parents were young as you went to
No,
school? Like, or you just kind of
bro,
like,
I thought they
you
had it
know?
figured out.
Yeah. That's
Like
crazy,
I
huh?
thought they were just like, their parents, like they're, like anyone
Yeah,
sees
y'all
mom
got it.
and dad, like yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure your son like sees you and
Yeah.
like you got it all together, bro. Like you're
Yeah.
my dad.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
That's your job. Yeah.
so
Yeah. It's
like,
crazy,
what do you
bro.
mean you don't know what to do next? Like,
Yeah.
you're a
What do you
dad.
mean?
You're
What do you mean you're
supposed to
trying to
know.
find your purpose?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
They
like,
always mix up they used to mix up me and my mom for brother and sister all the time. Yeah, like they'll like my parents will come pick me up from school and they'll be like, I think they need to sign out or
yeah.
some shit.
Yeah, like you're on the emergency card, right? Like, yo, that's fucking crazy, bro. Damn, that's tight. So you were surrounded with just good music all around then, because like all your people just had a good taste in music.
Bro, yeah, I honestly I think that was just the blessing of how I grew up, like just always
Yeah,
and honestly what helped me with moving around a lot was I was exposed to a lot of different cultures in different
that's true.
cities, and everyone
Yeah,
has a different sound because when you're born in one place and you stay in one place all the time, you're gonna sound and only listen to that one thing.
that's true.
So me
Yeah,
being from different areas really helped out, and even like so growing up in Boyle Heights was everything was hip hop heavy,
yeah,
like the OG Power 106 stuff and this and that.
yeah.
When I went to Montebello, the fucking rave scene was crazy. People were into
Oh wow.
raves and
Yeah,
and doing like the little like low key like warehouse shit.
yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah. And you were
go
just like,
listen to
what is
EDM in
this?
Boyle Heights, bro. I'm telling you, right, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah,
but I hear this
yeah.
shit's like you could shuffle all you want and you're good.
Was that shit cool for you though? Kind of fun to be like, oh, it's kind of like new, kind of, or was you kind of like, what the fuck is all this? Like, it
Yeah,
was just
no,
new.
bro, I think from me moving around so much, I always wanted new eventually, and I
Yeah,
think that's just how I am.
facts.
Like if I hear a new sound, I'm fucking like I'm addicted to
Intrigued.
it, and I just want
Yeah,
to like go, just go all in and dive in, and that's how it was with like EDM, especially EDM, where
damn.
like the whole crookers and bloody beetroot sound like
Yeah,
that OG shit, man, the techno stuff. Like when I first
yeah,
heard it, I was just intrigued, and
yeah. It's
that
just
is what made me want to be a DJ.
so
EDM.
and around what time was this when you started to pick up the tables? Like, or what was like the start of it? Like, what made you be like, oh shit, like, how did you get familiar with the term DJ? You know what I mean?
Okay, so like I said, I grew up listening to all this music.
Yeah, yeah,
My
yeah.
uncles used to always have they were big Richard Humphrey Vision fans.
Sick. Yeah,
So and then he just happened to be on Power, so it worked out perfectly because I could listen to hip hop, but also listen to like these dope ass house mixes.
yeah,
And I remember like hearing like the House Connection mixes that he had with Bad Boy Bill
yeah,
and just fucking just being blown out by all those crazy mixes they had.
yeah,
And that's when I was familiar with DJing. But I
yeah.
didn't know what the fuck they were doing. I just knew they were playing dope ass tracks. I knew they
Right,
were just
right.
playing the songs. That's all I knew.
Yeah,
And I want to say in the high school, and some DJs might get offended, but in high school, I was like, I was a class clown,
yeah.
and I used to just like, I knew how to do work, I knew my homework and all that, I knew I had to work on it, but I procrastinated so much, and I would find shit to do to not do it. And
Yeah,
one day, and here's the thing, I used to download music on fucking, like on Aries or fucking what's that other one everyone used
LimeWire.
LimeWire,
Yeah,
whatever, risk the family computer. But I
yeah,
would download
yeah, yeah.
just
That's
risk it
facts.
all, bro. Risk it all for
Yeah,
a track,
yeah, bro. I fucked my sister's computer up, bro. I feel it.
bro. Yeah, and I would download music and sell the CDs for like $5 a pop, right? So for at first it was that, and
Yeah,
then in high school I was bored and I'm like, I have all this music,
yeah,
maybe I could try mixing it. And I'm like, are there any programs that you could like mix with it?
right, right, right.
I found Virtual DJ.
Yeah,
And I'm like, whoa, Virtual
yeah,
DJ. Let me just
yeah,
fucking there's an auto mix. I clicked auto
yeah,
mix and it like
yeah,
did the playlist for me and all. So that's how I first found out about how DJing kind of works, right?
Yeah.
And then I upped the price. Hey man, I made these techno mixes,
Yeah.
$10 a pop for CD. People were
That's
fucking
right.
buying the CDs. You know what I mean? Like at first I was just kind of hustling it.
Yeah.
And then my dad found out that I was doing mixes, and my dad was like, "Would you want to do this like for real?"
Yeah.
And I said, I'm not sure. I mean, it's making me some kind of money at school. So I'm like, yeah, why not?
Yeah.
He happened to have a coworker who was getting rid of DJ equipment.
Oh wow. Look at that.
So my dad fucking got DJ equipment. Keep in mind, I'm learning on virtual DJ.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So they give me a fucking mixer and two turntables.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, like what you get
and
from me,
like,
Dad?
and the guy's like, all right, here's a vinyl. I'm giving you needles. I'm giving you the speakers, the amplifier. Give me the whole setup. I'm like, oh, sick. Yeah, but I have no idea like what the knobs do. I don't know how the crossfader works. Nothing, bro. So I'm just like, but like, I don't know what I got myself into. And then my dad was like, all right, so I didn't pay him the full. What he said that you could make $200 payments every month.
Oh wow.
To pay it off.
That's crazy.
And I was like, and bro, I'm like 17, you know, and I'm just like, yeah, fuck it, you know. Like, so I just said yeah, because you know, I was like, all right, I can't turn back. I'm in deep.
Yeah, you're in it now.
And yeah, bro, and it was fucking tough to learn, especially because the thing is that nobody in my family, I had no friends, nobody who DJ background, nothing.
Fuck.
So this is like a whole foreign object to me, and I didn't know what to do with it.
Damn, that's crazy. And when you were in high school, did you like know what you wanted to do at that point? Like, or you just kind of just going through school, like just going through the motion?
I was just going through it, bro. Like I was, you know, I was in football and stuff, and my grades weren't all that. My mom was pressing college on me so heavy because she works at Cal State LA, and she would press. She's like, no way, I work at a school and my son's not going to school.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, that's true. And I'm just like, all right. So I was just going through the motions, and I didn't really care about going to college. I was just going through the motions. Like I signed up to go to school, and I did the summer bridge program for Cal State, and fuck, I got in. And I'm like, oh fuck, okay, now I'm in college.
Now I'm in
and now I'm in here. You know, and I just got caught up in college, bro. But yeah, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know. I just knew I wanted to be fucking rich.
Yeah, you just didn't know how.
I don't know how. I just knew I wanted to be rich.
So all right, so when you were in high school and you were DJing, like, so you were just teaching yourself. You were like, what were you doing? Like,
it was a lot of self-teaching. It was a lot of self-teaching. I did not watch videos. I should have watched videos. What I would do, thing is too, I was a big party animal in high school too. So I would go to parties.
Just go out.
And then now that I had the equipment, I'm like, let me watch these DJs and see what they're doing.
Facts. Yeah.
And one of them, did you ever hear of DJ Luxury? He was like the guy at Sure High School.
Okay.
Like all the house parties, DJ Luxury was a guy.
What year was this? Like around what year?
I'm class of 09. I want to say it was like 08. I'm assuming he's like a year older than me.
Okay.
So he was doing all the parties, and I would just always I was just always watching him do his thing. It was like, you know, hella flashy, and I would just that was one of the first guys that I would actually watch in person, and try to learn from him. I never talked to him in high school. We talked obviously after ran into a couple gigs, and I'm like, yo, I used to watch you. Like all weirdo and shit.
Hey, I used to watch you.
I used to watch you.
But he's like, what do you mean?
And bro, it was just honestly just observing and then trying it on my own.
And then when did you like, I don't know if you did mobile gigs, like, but when did you take your talents from the bedroom to like
off the rip? Because here's the thing, all my football friends like throwing parties.
Oh yeah.
Right. Yeah. And they found out that I had DJ equipment. They're like, bro, just bring it to the house.
It's a wrap. Yeah.
I'm like, cool. And they were like, yeah, we'll give you like $30 and like some like, I don't know, some alcohol and some like Nas.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Like just high school shit. Parents dropped me off with like hella speakers, amplifier, my mixer, my turntables, bro. But I don't know what the fuck I was doing. I just knew how to connect it.
Yeah.
Connected it all. And I remember I'll like press play on the vinyl, bro, and I'll just keep it spinning. I'll throw shit on top of it to like make it look cool, but like I'm not using them. And I'll have the mixer on, and I just knew that left to right would switch the tracks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So song's about to end. Let me throw another banger.
Yeah.
Like I had good music taste. I just didn't know how to mix it. So that's all I was doing. back and forthing it at the end of every track.
Fuck.
And so I honestly like that was high school me.
Yeah.
It wasn't until college where I actually learned and appreciated the craft.
Yeah.
Because thank God, when I joined college, I actually joined a fraternity within my
Okay.
first year.
Yeah.
And when I was joining my fraternity, one of the guys who wanted to pledge with me was an actual, like, he was a DJ. He was a year older than me. And he was a DJ. He actually used to do a lot of those, Astro DJ, that
In Glendale.
in the valley or whatever.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So they used to hold a bunch of competitions. He used to compete in those.
Yeah.
So when we were both pledging, he was like, "Yo, what's up, everybody? I'm a DJ. My name's Gabriel. Blah blah blah." And I'm like, "Oh, what's up? My name's Vinny. I'm actually a DJ as well." And he like got pumped up, and he was like, "Oh, let's go fucking have a set at your house and blah blah blah."
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah, fuck it, pull up."
That's
And
tight.
pull up, and he found out I don't know jack shit. And he was just like, "Bro, you got good music. Like, I see your
Yeah.
playlist. Like, you know what you're doing, but like, you just
Yeah.
you know what BPMs are?" And I'm like, "Nope."
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And he taught me about BPMs, and he taught me about like how the vinyl works, like that it actually runs out, like, bro, basics, bro. And
Yeah.
this is when I was 18, so I was still like learning about it.
Yeah.
And after a while, and then just practicing on my own, and then going to see him at the Astro events, and seeing all these other DJs who were actually passionate about it.
Yeah.
I kind of like, I was
Got
starting
you
to respect
going.
it finally. And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, all right, I can't really fuck around that much then.
Yeah. Yeah.
And after that, I started learning about BPMs. I still
Yeah.
never touched the turntables. I didn't touch the turntables till like, I want to say like 2014.
Okay. Yeah.
So for like 4 years, I didn't touch turntables.
You
I
were just
was
kind of learning,
all
like,
mixer, just
yeah.
transitioning.
Yeah.
Like, I was just mastering the transition. And I think if people hear me mix now, they know my transitions are very clean. You won't hear crazy scratching.
Right.
But you'll hear just transitioning. Like, I try to keep it as clean as possible because that's how I learned. I learned
Yeah.
only transitioning. And yeah, and it was until like 2014 where I like got the confidence to touch the turntable.
Yeah.
And that was because of Precise, because I met him randomly.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Damn,
bro, it
that's
was just,
tight.
yeah.
That's sick. That's dope though, man. Cause it's like that's your story of how you started. You know what I'm
Yeah, like
saying? Like,
people think like, it's crazy because I hear a lot of DJs when I meet them who are like, yeah, like I was 12 years old and I saw my
yeah.
first turntables, and my uncle was a DJ and
Yeah.
scratch stuff 15 when I was 15, and
Yeah.
like all this crazy
Yeah.
shit. And I'm just like, fuck, like,
You're like, damn, I wish my my story was
damn,
cool.
I wish I had a fucking, like, nah, bro, I'm just like winging it the whole
Yeah.
time. You know what I mean? So
No, I mean, but that's what makes it dope, bro. Like, everybody's story is gonna be different. Do you get what I'm saying? Because it's like, think about it, bro. You were just chilling, and then you went from just making mixtapes to then doing what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like, that's dope,
yeah.
bro. And like, so when you were in college, were you DJing like all your functions? Was that kind of like the next
Yeah,
step?
and that's what helped a lot, because at first when I didn't want to join a fraternity, it was because I was like, I don't want to pay for friends. Because everyone tells you that, right? You join a frat. Why are you gonna join a frat? Why are you gonna pay for friends? Like,
yeah.
and that was my mentality my freshman, my very first semester. And then it wasn't like until it was like that winter break, one of my homies was in one. He was telling me all about it, and he was like, they need DJs at those parties, right? And like, aren't you trying to be a DJ? And I was like, that's true. And I'm like,
Yeah, that is.
I was like, you know what? Maybe the more people I know, the more
That's true.
business I'll get.
Yeah.
And then I ended up joining, and then like I said, like I met my pledge bro who taught me the basics of like BPMing and transitioning and stuff. And then those guys were like, well, do you want to work the party or do you want to DJ? Because as a pledge, you got to work the parties. You can't just party with them. Like,
What do you mean work the? What do you mean? Because I don't really know like anything about.
So
What do you mean work the party?
Most fraternities throw their own parties, right?
Right.
Somebody's got to work the door. Somebody's got to be security. Somebody's got to run the money, all that stuff.
Okay.
So, and somebody's got to clean. Like, people throw up. It's a frat party. People throw up.
Somebody's
people
got to
get in fights. There's people got to be on alert, right?
Yeah.
Do you think the people who are throwing it want to do all that? No, they got pledges. That's how it was back then.
Yeah.
So when you're pledging, you got to stay sober, and you got to actually you're pretty much working for.
Yeah, you're working. Yeah.
So for me, it's like, do I want to clean throw up all night, or should I just be the DJ?
Yeah, it's an easy.
You know what I mean? So me and my boy were like the go-to DJs.
Yeah.
And bro, we threw parties like at least once a month.
Yeah.
And sometimes we'll do it twice, or on a random Thursday college night, we'll just like whip out the fucking
Tables.
the
Yeah.
mixer and shit and just
Yeah.
fucking throw a random part, like, bro. And that's what we did.
Yeah.
And the more we did it, then sorority girls are coming and they're like, hey, can you DJ our party? Can
Yeah.
you DJ our formal?
Right.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
there's like a pool of like 5 different sororities, and each one would hit us up for a party.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, like every fucking week, I'm doing a fraternity or sorority party.
Yeah. That's how you got your
But I
reps
mean,
in.
and
Yeah.
the more you do it, the easier it was getting. I was starting to learn like the process of like, how to start off a night with like, slower music, then like
Right.
pick it up at the end. So I was
Yeah.
learning all this without even the club scene, and I didn't know about the club scene. I
Yeah.
don't know any DJs at all. I never really paid attention other than whoever was on the radio.
Yeah.
But that's it.
And how was like the whole college experience for you? Like, was it? I'm sure there was a lot of ups and downs.
So
Like
many ups and downs, bro. I actually left school for like 4 years.
4 years.
So 2012, it all kind of caught up to me between the partying and going to college for the wrong reasons, because I don't want to be there to begin with.
Right.
Right? It's eventually going to catch up.
Yeah.
And I caught myself leaving school. I was working at Pizza Hut, whatever. And yeah, and it was just, I left school.
Yeah.
Um, Honestly, what helped me was DJing and
Yeah.
working at Pizza Hut, a job I didn't like.
Yeah.
And the reason why was because when I was doing that, um, Precise, actually, I met him doing Azul. Azul was the very first club that ever picked me up to do a DJ set.
Yeah.
And it was actually Juice who was doing like an open turntables night.
Yeah.
And I was like, somebody plugged me in for that. So I did it. And I went, and Precise was a guy who was switching the DJs in and out. Because before it wasn't, two USBs.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was like you had to do that
The
weird ass
roll.
echo out. Yeah, the
Yeah. Like the
roll,
roll.
you
Yeah.
unplug, and yeah, so Precise knew how
Yeah.
to do that.
Yeah.
And I remember I, I didn't even know who he was, but my uncle was like, yo, that's Precise. He does jump off mixes.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, maybe I should meet him. So
Yeah.
we talked, and that was that. When I was working at Pizza Hut, I would see Precise's post on Twitter and the shit he was doing and
Yeah.
being on the radio. And I was like, fuck, like, I
Just
think that's what I
motivated
want
you,
to
right?
do. I
Yeah.
think kind of like, that's what I want to do. I fucking hate Pizza Hut, bro. Like, they had me like, just like coming in early to like restock boxes and
It was a
I'm all
grind, huh?
sweaty. And like, then we opened the store, and then I got to like cook, but also drive. And I was delivery driver, and
Yeah.
whatever. And then yeah, and just seeing how Precise was living his life,
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to be a DJ, I want to do that. And
Right.
then at the same time, it's like, okay, I also kind of need a degree because I want to get a better job,
Right.
because this shit ain't it. So
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I gotta go back to school. So from 2012 to like 2015, I was like, let me get my shit together. And I
Yeah.
came back to school in 2016, started all over, and then I graduated 2 years ago.
Yeah. Damn.
So yeah,
Congrats, bro. That's
thank
sick,
you, thank
man.
you.
No,
But
that's
bro,
super
it was a
dope, man.
whole fucking process. Like,
No, I mean, bro, it sounds like Pizza Hut really got you like where you were like, fuck, like it really made you think about
bro,
life,
yeah.
bro.
Because
Damn.
before, like, I never really had a hard job. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, my parents were like, if you're in school, you're good. Whatever, you're
Right.
good under our roof. And then I picked up like a side job after school stuff, and it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
But working at Pizza Hut, bro, that shit was like,
It was
nah,
just a lot, huh?
I
Like,
can't do it. Smelling like pizza every day, bro. And then like,
yeah. Fuck, man.
bro, it just, yeah, and it was just, yeah, I was over it, bro. I
Yeah.
remember.
Damn. And then so you were just like, so you okay, so you saw Precise do his thing. You're like, yo, that's dope, that's motivating me. And then you were just like, but fuck, like what made you still want to finish school though? Like was it just that thing that you just felt like, oh, I left it undone? Like,
Here's the thing, like, I always, whenever somebody doubts me for shit, that's like fuel to my fire. You
okay,
know what I mean? There's like always two kinds of people. There's like, if you get doubted, you get
right.
down on yourself and then you give up. And
Yeah,
then there's people, you get doubted,
yeah,
you want to prove them wrong.
right.
There was a point where I was fucking down so bad, and a lot of people gave up on me. Some family gave up on me. Like,
Yeah,
you dropped out of school, you're working at Pizza Hut, you're not doing shit,
yeah,
you got no money. I used to have a girl for a long time,
right.
and we broke up because of that, because I just wasn't doing shit.
Yeah,
And yeah, it was just a lot of different stuff. And then yeah, one day I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna get my shit together.
yeah,
Like, maybe I'll take this DJ stuff serious. Maybe I'll go back and finish my degree, even though everyone gave up on me. Like I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
And sure enough, like fast forward to 2018. Like 2018, bro, is like everything fucking came together.
Right.
Because 2018 is when I graduated, and then Power picked me up on the street team. Like
Damn.
same year, bro. And it was just like it felt like a culmination of just like all this shit I went through, and then now I kind of hit a good peak
Right.
of all that hard work,
Yeah.
So
No,
yeah,
that's
bro, it
dope.
was it was just dealing with doubters, and that was fuel to my motivation.
Hey, dog, that's a dark energy that I feel like is sometimes people don't like to talk about, but I feel like sometimes you kind of need that, right? Like I
Mhm.
think about it like even like an athlete when they hear themselves get booed, like they feel off that shit. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like
Exactly,
you
bro.
doing that, it kind of motivated you to be like, hey, you know what? Like, what am I doing, bro? Like I gotta get my shit together. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Like I wanted to be like, oh fuck you, like why are you doubting me? Like, but then at the same
Yeah,
time, I would think about it and be like, well, they have every reason to. I fucked around in college a lot. I
yeah,
fucking didn't take anything serious. Even with mixing, like I
yeah,
have all this equipment that I could do so much with, and I wasn't taking advantage of it.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
and I even think about it now with like, even like with this setup that I have in my room,
Right.
like how could I have all this and not do anything with it?
Facts.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Because then
yeah,
what's the excuse now? Because before it was like I don't have the tools.
yeah.
Okay, now I have the tools.
Now
What are
what?
you gonna do with it?
Yeah, that's
But I
true,
mean, so
man.
that's what it ended up being for me.
Damn, that's cool, man. So 2018, you graduated, right? That's the year you
Yeah,
graduated. How did it
graduated,
feel just walking on that stage, bro? You just like, oh man, like I did
bro.
this
I
shit.
was I was so nervous.
Yeah.
I did not believe they were gonna call my name. I was waiting for somebody to stop me and be like,
Oh yeah.
but
Wait. Like, oh no.
bro, even my high school graduation, bro, I almost didn't graduate. My grade wasn't posted till that Monday
Oh
of my
shit.
graduation. My graduation was on Wednesday. That
Oh wow.
Monday, I had to wait for a grade to come in because that's how much I fucked around with school. Like,
Damn, bro.
so it felt unbelievable, but honestly, walking that college stage was just amazing. Like
Damn.
seeing the family and just like fuck, like I'm done. I went through so much shit to get here. It
Yeah.
was like 9 years, bro, of
Yeah,
ups
man.
and downs, like fucking
Wow.
leaving jobs and people like letting me down, me letting people down, and
Right.
it was just like, yeah, it
Damn.
was a crazy feeling, man.
Damn. Well, that's so sick, man. Well, congrats again on that, bro. Because I'm sure that
Thank you.
you just feel so good after that. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it just
bro.
feels like,
Just
you know. So, all right. So then you got hired at Power right after. Like so.
no,
Hold
no,
on.
no.
Let's
I got hired power during.
during.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So
So it
during
happened around March.
in March.
April-ish.
Damn. That's crazy, man.
So when I got hired, and I got hit up for the job,
Yeah.
part of me was like, do I need to graduate? Because
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
already where I want to be,
Right. Right. Right.
But obviously that's me not knowing how street team stuff works. I thought street team, like you're in, you made it,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
Yeah. You didn't know
obviously
like the
street teams, it's a
process.
whole other grind.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for me, it was like I did hit a point where I was like, do I really need to finish off this degree? But I'm like, I'm already here.
Yeah.
I gotta finish it. So it sucked having to fucking like do all these dope ass street team events, and then like I gotta go do homework after.
Yeah.
You
But
know what I mean?
damn,
Like,
but that was the grind, you know.
yeah, yeah,
That was the
it's
fucking grind, you know. Fuck, man, that's sick though, bro. I'm really glad you did it because it's one of those where you could look back and be like, damn, bro, like it took
yeah.
those many years. You know what I mean? Like that's tight. So did you end up doing more clubs like while you were still in school? Like after you did the whole like open turntable set and all that? Like did you start doing
Yeah,
clubs at that
so
time?
what helped me was being in a fraternity because
Yeah,
when I did the Azur thing,
yeah,
a bunch of my frat brothers went, a bunch of these sorority girls went,
yeah. Show me love.
and
Yeah,
wow, maybe we should bring them back tomorrow to Pasadena. Maybe he
yeah,
could bring more people. So
yeah,
at first, like I already knew the power that I had was the people I could bring. It
yeah.
wasn't really much the DJing. I didn't think I was good enough of a DJ to be on that stage yet,
Uh-huh.
but I knew I could bring people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I use that to my advantage. You know
Right.
what I mean? Because me going to school, like you learn about like business aspects and things, and
Yeah.
like the supply and demand.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you
So
got it.
my supply and demand was bringing people. So I kind of used that to my advantage at first. But yeah, after that Azul thing, that I started doing
Yeah.
events constantly.
Yeah.
And it was just people putting me on because they knew what I bring to the table. So in between frat parties and college and all that was the club scene. I was doing the club scene.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And how did it feel like for your next chapter being part of radio? You know what I mean? Because after the clubs joining radio, like how was that experience for you? Being the fact that so many years you listen to like Reach Your Vision and just being the
Oh
fact that
man,
you're there. Like how did
I
that feel
was
for
geeked
you?
out, geeked the
Yeah.
fuck out.
Yeah.
Because the thing is too, like, when I first got the taste of the club scene, that's when I was like, okay, maybe I could take this somewhere. Maybe I could actually be be an actual like good DJ.
Right.
So
Right.
I started practicing,
Yeah.
and like I'm gonna go back to like to Precise, because Precise, honestly, I'm not where I'm at if it wasn't for Precise.
Shout out to Precise, man.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
That guy, and the beauty is that I knew him before Power. I knew him before all that.
Yeah.
I knew him when he was 20 years old, not even supposed to be DJing at these spots. He was 20 and I was
Yeah.
21. And the thing is that back then I was so addicted to video games. That
Yeah.
was my, like, now, like, I'm at a point where I could play video games. But
Yeah.
back
Yeah.
then, bro,
I feel you.
I'll blow off practicing, bro, to play Madden all day, Call of
Yeah.
Duty, fucking Modern Warfare 3 or Modern Warfare
Yeah.
2. Like, that's what I was doing. And
Yeah.
Precise told me one day, if you really want to get good, honestly, you gotta take it serious. Like, stop playing video games. That's what he told me.
Yeah.
And I took that advice and I got rid of my TV. I told my parents, I don't want this TV in my room.
Oh shit.
So I got rid of my TV, bro, and I set up my DJ system. And every day I'll get bored, and instead of playing video games, I'll be forced to play with the turntables because that's all I had. Smart. And that's, bro, every single day, bro. Just I'll wake up, even 30 minutes, whatever the case is, but I'll just like practice, and then that's what it was. So because I'm like, you know what, I don't want to get hired because of people I bring. I want to get hired because I'm actually a good DJ.
Yeah, not
and that's what happened. And then eventually it turned into, meeting people. Like, I met Brian, Medic, Teddy, Julian, all of them when they were on the street team back in like 2015, 2016.
Yeah.
I want to say it's when I met them.
Yeah.
At Live Mix Lounge. And I remember seeing them and seeing the shit they were doing. And to me, it was like, oh, they're on Power 106. They're doing all these dope things. They're with these fucking artists that we listen on the radio and just being a fan. So, and then when I saw Precise join them and be on it, I'm like, well, this is my friend, and he just joined.
Yeah.
I'm not that far like off. I could join one day too.
Yeah.
So when they finally picked me up, and shout out to Teddy and Julian, because they're the ones who convinced me to even apply. Because when you're trying to join Power 106, you think of all the huge DJs.
Yeah.
And you're like,
you doubt yourself.
Can I be that? Can I be a DJ Vice? Can I be a Eric Deluxe or a Big Syph or Fally?
Yeah.
And I'm like, nah, fuck no. Like, no way I'm good enough.
Yeah.
But it was Teddy and Julian who in 2018 are the ones who convinced me and told me, like,
yeah,
bro, you got it. You've been dealing with us all this time. Like, you know what you're doing.
Just do it.
You know what I mean? And with the street team, it's not like you're gonna get on the radio right away. Like, you still got to practice and grind in there too.
Yeah,
so
it's a process.
Like, we could get you your foot in the door, and they convinced me, and yeah, they got me my resume in and everything. And
tight, man.
I fucking, thankfully I got in after the tryout, and yeah, bro. And I was just geeked. I'm like, fuck, this fool Fally's my fucking coworker, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I'm walking the studio and he's like the first person I see, and I'm like, yo,
it's crazy, bro. Yeah, no, it's tight, man. Shout out to Medic, Precise, and Teddy, man.
Bro,
those are good ass dudes, bro.
Dudes, man. Like, I was just blessed to meet them.
Yeah, man. No, that's tight, man. I'm glad that they, told you to do it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you need that little extra push because, like you said, you start doubting yourself. And imagine if you would have just kept in your head, like, you would have never applied, or maybe you would have started doing other shit. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to them, man. And damn, bro, that's crazy, man. So when you got in the street team, like, you just noticed the whole other side of things, right? You just started grinding. Like, that was the next step for you.
Yeah. Huh? And for me, it's like, now that my mentality was different from when it was when I was younger.
Right.
Which is why I'm glad I joined when I joined, because I felt like if I would have joined street team or pursued it when I was like 22, remember when I was 22, I didn't give a fuck about things, and I was very like
Yeah.
whatever, shining a lot of shit off. That job probably would have been shined off, or I would have been like a little lazy about these like shifts and stuff, and
Yeah.
not wanting them, or like being able to say no. So
Yeah.
I'm glad I joined when I was already maturing,
Yeah.
and I was already grinding for college. So when I came in, bro, I came in swinging.
Yeah.
Like I came in like I'm a DJ anything and everything I can.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So when I first came in, I told my bosses, yeah, put me down for any event. I don't care what it is.
I'm
People
ready.
call off. Hey, I was the first one to reply the email.
Yeah.
I'm down. I'm in.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Obviously, I
Yeah.
had like my school schedule to deal with, but bro, I'll skip class. I don't
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
tell them, bro. I'll skip
Yeah.
class. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Like I'll be like, yeah, I'm available.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. Yeah.
whatever.
Nah, yeah.
I'm like, bro, I want to make my name so known because I felt like
Yeah.
I was playing catch up. You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
because I
Nah.
was, like I was already 20, 27, going on 28, and
Right.
all these fucking like Vital was like 21 years old or
So
22,
you
and
feel
I'm
like you
like,
you were like trying to catch up to like no,
yeah,
I hear what you're saying.
I gotta make up for lost time.
Yeah. No,
You know
and
what I
how
mean?
did it feel the first time, you got on air, because I know that feeling feels
Yeah,
crazy, so how did that
bro.
feel for you?
First time on air was with Cali
Yeah.
and Rush, bro.
Yeah.
Such a rush.
Yeah.
I remember I was like shaking, and I hear
Yeah.
like the intro drop, and all I gotta do is drop the first song. But I remember just being nervous, bro. And oh
Yeah.
man, but shout out to Jessica, because Jessica helped me. She walked
Yeah.
me through the whole process, bro.
Yeah.
And she was so fucking cool about it. And,
Yeah.
and she was just like, don't worry if you fuck up. Like, we got Vane to help you. Like, if
Yeah.
the song messes up, Vane's gonna throw the song in for you. Like, you're good.
Yeah.
Like,
Just
don't
making you feel
worry.
comfortable, like good.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then I was just like, all right, fuck it. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Damn.
man, getting on air was just like, yeah. And
Yeah.
it's a dream come true because you always want to hear yourself on the radio.
Yeah, no, it makes shout out to Jess, man. Nah, yeah, being on air is like you said, you feel all like feel nervous and shit. Like you have to take a shit.
Yeah, no, and like your hands are sweaty, and then you're just
Yeah.
like, you forget how to use a fucking mixer.
Yeah,
And
yeah. I don't know where you just forget how to do shit. You're like, what the
yeah.
fuck? You go back to when your dad got you the tables. You're like, what the fuck
You're
is all
like, yo,
this?
what is this? What?
you know?
And I'm
That's
like, oh,
awesome.
and then I remember thinking like, I'm gonna run out of songs. Oh my god, like,
Yeah.
what's this
Yeah.
playlist?
Yeah, everything just looks all over the
Yeah,
place.
yeah.
No, that's sick, man. But so okay, so then there was the thing that happened to fucking everybody, which was a fucking pandemic. You know what I'm
Oh
saying? Like,
man.
you know what I mean? Like, how did that affect you in a personal standpoint? You know what I'm saying? Because all the DJs that we chop it up with, it's like everybody got hit different. Either
Mhm.
they were trying to take care of the mental, or they it was hard for them, money wise, like, and in a Vinnie Mac way, like how did it affect you?
So for me, like I said, when I joined Street Team, came in swinging, whatever,
Yeah.
I didn't stop. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I was a year and a half in
Yeah.
when it happened, right? And you know, go back to January, going into the year, right? And you're having, I'm pretty sure, I feel like everyone coming into January was like having an amazing year. They were gonna have an amazing year.
Yeah. There was like a momentum.
Yeah, it just looked like so much was going on. I remember I did Power finally threw me on the Big Bear takeover with
Yeah.
YBN,
Yeah.
and I was like, fuck, like of all the DJs, like they threw me on this shit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, and for me, it was a blessing. And I'm like, fuck yeah, I met YBN Corday, who was one of my favorite artists at the
Yeah.
time, and just, and I'm like, fuck yeah, this is gonna be a good year, bro. January, and then fucking, Kobe
Yeah.
happens, bro.
Yeah,
You
man.
know what I mean? And then the whole Kobe thing was just like, what,
Yeah, it just
like
rocked you.
what now? And it rocked like the whole world, bro.
Yeah,
And
man.
I think after that, it kind of just felt like off.
Yeah.
Everything felt off after that,
Mm-hmm.
you
That's
know.
facts.
And I remember like going in February and March, um, things were picking up with mixing wise, and then I was doing a lot of really good clubs, including on the weekdays. So I'm doing weekday clubs and weekends, and in between, I'm doing all these like street team events all the time. And then
Yeah.
keep in mind, I'm trying to like juggle family and
Yeah.
friends, just a bunch of personal
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's like so much shit going on that you don't realize you're caught up in it.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh
then
yeah.
the week of pandemic when everything was shutting down, that was actually my first week live on air. Because before I was doing premixes
Right.
for Cali, right? Submitting
Yeah.
them and they'll do chop it up for me, whatever. That week was my tryout to be a night show DJ for Jessica Flores, right? So that Monday I
Wow.
came in and normal day, dope
Yeah.
as fuck. I want to say it was Bad Bunny's birthday, so I got to do like a Bad Bunny mix, which was dope as
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah.
Zafaera had just dropped, and Yo Pero Sol, that was just
Crazy.
dropped. I was like,
Yeah. This is gonna
and
be
then,
crazy.
bro,
Like,
fuck, I'm like, fuck, yeah, sick ass week, bro.
yeah.
Next day,
Ugh.
I remember I'm mixing, and then Santa Rosa calls me, and he tells me, "Are you good to keep going? Like past the commercial breaks and keep going?" And I'm like, "Oh, commercial free?" He was like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm down, cool."
Yeah. Yeah.
So I do the hour, whatever. I'm done. They call me back again. Can you do another hour? And I'm like, what? Then the
Yeah.
next day, I go in and
Oh man.
Jessica's like, oh, we had a guest. We had to cancel them. And I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, yeah, they said no more guests anymore and whatever. So like that whole week of me trying out, not only am I nervous about being on air, I'm also dealing with like all these changes behind the scenes at the same time. So I have to adapt with all that. And but there's so much shit going on. And then Friday hits, done. So my life, I felt like my life was going 120 miles an hour, and then
Ugh.
zero.
Oh
And
god.
and fuck, man. And then that week of like getting the calls,
It just felt,
hey,
yeah, it's
postpone, hey,
deflated. Yeah.
cancel, hey, can we get our deposit back? Hey, like, and I'm just like,
Fuck,
what the fuck's
man.
going on, bro?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, like that first weekend, I felt like, obviously like you get a little depressed, but I was just tired.
Yeah.
My first, like, honestly, my first 4 days of pandemic, I slept a lot and I had no idea how like tired I was.
You're just trying to recover at that point.
Yeah. I remember I slept and I'm like, I have nothing today. I'm gonna go back to sleep.
Yeah.
I had nothing today. I'm gonna go back to sleep, whatever. Then when I remember that Monday or Tuesday, it finally hit me and I'm like, fuck, everything's gone. You know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
knew they had said 2 weeks, but I didn't believe it one bit.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah.
Because some people like actually believe it 2 weeks, but for me, I was like, for Disneyland and the NBA to shut down
That's
like
huge, bro.
this,
Yeah, man.
2 weeks is not gonna cover this.
Yeah.
I'm like, maybe by the summer, but even then, I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I was like 3 months maybe, but I'm like, fuck, 3 months of nothing.
Yeah. That's
So
still.
and that whole week was just, it was just, I was just letting it sink in, bro, and it shit was eating me alive.
Damn.
Cause then like as a DJ, you're on top of the world every weekend or every night, top of
Mm-hmm.
the fucking world when you're DJing,
Yeah. It's a
and
rush.
just to like not have that, and every day, like when you get so used to, like when you become a workaholic, you get so used to having to do something,
Yeah, man.
and you can't do anything, you can't even leave your house, like that shit just like ate me up. And I
Yeah,
remember
bro.
just feeling just down and bad, bro. First 2 weeks, bro, just down and bad.
Yeah. Damn, bro. That's so crazy that you say it like that because I feel like so many of us were thinking like it was just gonna be 2 weeks, but deep down inside, we knew it wasn't gonna be 2 weeks,
Nah.
bro. Like, and I think we were just scared. Like, like you said, like when you're a DJ, I was talking about talk, like last week, and it's like we don't know how to supplement that high, bro. Like we don't, us DJs, we don't know what else to do for that rush when you play a song and you feel that energy.
Yeah,
like we
and
live for that, bro. That's what we like. That's just like the like how you said, like, oh,
ex-
right here, the
yeah,
icing on the cake, bro,
exactly,
and the fact
bro.
that that's gonna stop. And like you see, you're so used to, yo, I'm gonna do this from 3 to 4 and then I gotta go. Like there's just a rush about that is
Exactly,
unexplainable,
bro.
you know what I'm saying? Especially when you do something that you love, bro. Like, damn, bro, it's so crazy
Yeah,
that all of us had to do that, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and then you just think about all the what ifs and what was coming up,
exactly,
and
man.
fuck, man. And the thing for me too was like when I was on air for that 1 week,
Yeah.
I felt like this is too good to be true.
Yeah.
And for me, I've always, growing up where I grew up, you get used to losing a lot. You know what I mean? So
Right.
me always losing, and then like let's say like me graduating and getting on street team, those are my first dubs in like forever.
Yeah,
I never
man.
won like that. I was always like chip on my shoulder. So when things were all adding up for me come pandemic or like pre-pandemic,
Yeah.
I was like, something's gonna happen. Like this is too good to be true. No way
Yeah.
Jessica Flores and Cali 939 are gonna pick me up as their night show DJ.
Yeah.
Although I was in talks to Jessica and she was like, you're definitely like top three on
Yeah.
my list that I want, this and that. And because me and her had a really great connection. Obviously, people who know me now know me and her still have a great connection. We still
Yeah.
work a lot together. But at the time, it was like, this is too good to be true right now.
Yeah, man.
And then when pandemic hit, I was like, yep, this was it. This is the owl I was waiting for. And then, obviously through pandemic, a lot of people got let go,
Yeah.
including her, including myself. And I was like, there goes my shot.
Yeah.
That was it. And they
Yeah.
took it. Well, pandemic took it.
Yeah.
So
Fuck.
yeah, it was a mix of just a lot of different emotions, just like,
Yeah. It's crazy because I feel like to this day you like you say you still think of the what ifs in a lot of situations,
yeah,
which you don't
even
want
bro,
to, but it's like fuck,
yeah, even now, man, like coming back into the outside world, bro, is just,
Yeah.
I still think about like, fuck, like I'm picking up the scraps and I'm starting from scratch again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's just, yeah, it sucks of what could have been, but it's one of
Yeah.
those mental blocks you gotta just
Yeah.
deal with.
So what did you do, man? Like how were you able to overcome that? You know what I'm
Well,
saying? Like
what helped me a lot was my family, bro. Thank God for my family.
yeah.
Um, two different aspects too. My cousins always been gamers.
Yeah.
Like I said, my addiction was gaming before.
Right.
I have to throw out my TV for me
Yeah.
not to game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So, when I was letting it settle in that my DJ life is gone
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna be going outside anymore, I decided to fucking dust off the Xbox and play video games with my cousins, and we
Yeah.
all had games and party chats, whatever. And then
Yeah.
eventually, um some of them were like, hey, we're gonna start building PCs and doing this and
Yeah.
that. And I was like, cool, I'm gonna hop in on the train because ain't nothing else for me to do.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
built a PC. This one you can see right here.
Right.
So I ended up building up a PC, and then next thing you know, I started watching Twitch more, and I
Yeah.
saw people were making money on Twitch, fucking video gaming, bro, and
Yeah.
it blew my mind, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I think I could do that,
Yeah.
video gaming and trying to make money, and so I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna pursue Twitch. This is my thing.
Yeah.
Like everyone, like I said, as a workaholic, you want to do something. Do
Yeah.
something that I was gonna do was that it was gonna be Twitch.
Right.
So Twitch fucking helped me so much because it gave me something to look forward to every day, to
Wow.
build and grind towards to. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, what could I do to get a better, uh, better frames on a game, or more memory, or
Right.
a better camera? Like I got this camera and I ended up getting a Sony camera with a
Yeah.
capture card and the whole nine.
Yeah.
I just wanted to better my setup all the time
Right.
because that's just what I was doing. That was my work. Like
Yeah.
get a better setup, play better games, or be better at video gaming. Like that was what I was doing. So
Yeah.
that's what fucking kept my mind afloat.
Damn, that's so sick. It's
You know what
crazy
I
how it
mean?
came full circle. You know what I mean? Like you put video games away for a bit, and then that was able
Bro,
at
that
that
shit
point to help you
just,
out. You know?
yeah. And my cousins were the ones who kept motivating me because they were like, all my cousins, they just play games and that's it, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But they were like, well, you actually have a following.
Yeah. Use
People
it to
know
your
who you
advantage.
are.
Yeah.
So if you hop on Twitch, maybe you'll get some followers and maybe
Yeah.
you'll whatever. And I was like, that's true. I never really thought about that. I'll try Twitch. And they were all
Yeah.
my first viewers, my first subscribers, all that, bro.
That's so
So
sick,
all my
man.
cousins and whatever, they were doing that. And on the other side was my parents and my uncles and my aunts. They loved listening to me mix, and they were just like, how come you don't hop on IG Live and play some music for us?
Oh wow,
Cool. Live stream on IG Live.
that's tight,
And
man.
eventually,
Yeah.
let me DJ on fucking Twitch.
Yeah. Damn, bro,
And that's
that's
how the
so
Twitch DJing
sick.
came about. Yeah.
That's so dope, man. Shout out to your fam, like you said, on both spectrums. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they were able to kind of put two and two together, man. And that's super dope because thank God, you, you weren't so down on yourself for so long. You know what I mean? That you were able to pick a few things up and
Yeah.
get
No,
to it, bro.
and no way I would have done that by myself, which is why, like, for me, like, I have a lot of sympathy for other DJs who don't have that same backing that I do.
Yeah, I
You
feel
know
it.
what I mean? Because for me, like, I was just blessed to have the the following and the family
Yeah.
that I have, like people who like legit have my back no
Yeah.
matter what, and they motivated me to like not quit,
Yeah.
like find another way to just like thug it out type
Yeah.
shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like so growing up, and plus growing up where we grew up, if something's not working, we're gonna figure out like a workaround.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
So
true.
for me, like Twitch was my workaround. That was like, okay, maybe maybe I shouldn't fucking put the mixer and turntables away. Maybe I should use it to my advantage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I have
No,
a
it makes sense.
camera. I know how to like set up a green screen and sound. I might as well do it. I have a
Yeah.
PC that runs fucking Call of Duty, which Call of Duty, anyone who plays video games knows Call of Duty takes up your whole PC to run. Like my shit
Yeah.
runs Call of Duty like nothing. So if it's
Yeah.
this powerful, I could do so much with it if I
Yeah.
were to change into DJing. So it was just like,
Yeah.
bro, my mind was going a million miles an hour, and I'm
Yeah.
like
Hell
all these
yeah.
background ideas and
Yeah.
mixing ideas and just
That's
stuff,
beautiful, man.
Yeah.
That's sick, man. No, that makes me happy to hear, bro. That's so
Yeah.
dope, man. And like, how do you feel now, man? Like, how do you feel you're at this point right now? Being the fact that things have been semi-open or open. I don't even know what's the right way of saying it, but like, how do you feel you are right now? Like, do you feel like you're in a pretty okay spot, and you just want to gradually move your way up?
I think where I'm at now
Yeah.
is I just want to figure out the next step,
Yeah.
because now I hit a point where I'm where I'm at before pandemic, right? I
Right.
mean, other than obviously like being on air and stuff like with the being live on air and stuff, but
Yeah.
like from a DJ standpoint and club wise, I actually think I got more popular over pandemic,
Right.
because before I was just known as a club DJ and that's it.
Right.
Through pandemic, people found me on Twitch.
Right.
Um, I got hit up for like Pitbull Globalization and DJ
Yeah.
City
Yeah.
Latino, and even like I built a relationship with Sujin from Scam Artist,
Yeah.
and they put me on like once again Precise and Cristo.
Yeah.
They put me on the Scam Artist Twitch channel, so I made
Yeah.
these connections because of Twitch,
Yeah,
and these are
man.
things that would have never happened if pandemic didn't happen.
Yeah.
I mean, so there was some positive that came out
Right.
of it. You know what I mean? And it
Yeah.
showed me how to grind a different way. So if DJing at the club was taken away from me, I know how to fall back on my feet now.
True. True.
Now I know
Yeah.
the digital game and I know my way around that.
Yeah.
So that's a positive that came out of it. So
Yeah.
coming back out of it, I feel like opportunities are coming faster now
Yeah.
because the need for a DJ is bigger right now.
Yeah.
I think the and just like the whole conglomerate of like the reggaeton and Latin scene,
Yeah.
like that is so high in demand right now
Right.
that I could bank off it because I'm Latino and I
Right.
do a lot of reggaeton and I'm on the radio for reggaeton, so it
Right.
just like it works together. So
Yeah.
I feel like where I'm at right now is like I'm at a very good comfortable stage, but I do want to know what next level is because
Yeah.
you kind of get bored of the same clubs and the same nightlife every
Right.
single
Right.
week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, that makes sense, bro.
and
So
and and like listening to Volley too last week, like I'm on that same page where it's like quality over quantity. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like I don't want to, like before it was like take everything and
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
You know what I
Facts.
mean? Get your
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
name out there. But now I feel like I'm at
Yeah.
a point where I could pick and choose where I want to DJ,
Yeah.
which is why when people see where I post and what I'm doing, it's usually like similar, like the same spots, but they're all good spots. They're fucking good places,
Yeah.
respectable names,
Yeah.
and that's where I'm at. That's what I like to do.
Yeah.
But right now I'm just at a point where I'm just like, what could I do next now?
Yeah. Nah,
What's the
man.
next level?
That's sick, bro. I'm glad to hear like where you're at. You know what I'm saying, and even get like a better grasp of your story. You know what I'm saying, because like we chop it up, but like I never knew like how what it took for you to get to where you're at now. You know what I'm saying, and what you're doing now. Bro, you should be proud of yourself, man. Like be able to get away from so much ups and downs with college and the pandemic, bro. That was a tough time for a lot of people, man.
Bro,
And the fact
it's
that you were able to be like, yo, I'm gonna get on my Twitch shit, I'm a game and be DJing, bro. That's like the best of both worlds for you. You know what I mean?
yeah, no, it's I mean, it's still amazing to see people on Twitch
Yeah,
and but yeah, bro, Twitch is just fucking, I think that was life saving for a lot of DJs. Even
yeah,
the DJs who tried it and failed at it, like
yeah,
I knew that excitement of them being able to play for some kind of crowd kind of just like helped them.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
don't
that
get me
makes
wrong. At
sense.
first, it's awkward to DJ in front of a camera, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
and
yeah,
like
yeah,
fucking
yeah,
like 5 viewers and
yeah,
like
yeah,
it's like, you know, like
yeah,
your mom and your cousins and
yeah, yeah. Showing
whatever.
love.
But you know, when the crowd builds up a little bit and you get randoms and
Yeah,
bro, it's an amazing outlet to take advantage of.
yeah,
You
man.
know?
Well, shit, man. Well, what's next for you, man? I mean, I feel like you kind of give me a little breakdown of what's next for you in a sense of like of music wise. But how do you feel, man? Like you feel like you're in a good space, like just overall with just everything going on
Bro,
in your life.
I'm super happy right now.
Yeah, man. That's great.
Um, yeah, mentally, I'm super happy because I'm at a point where I don't need to grind the same way I had to before. Obviously,
Mm,
I'm still grinding, but it's not like
yeah.
a necessity.
Mm,
You know what I mean? And I
yeah.
mean it in a sense where it's like back then it was like I need to fucking figure out a way to get my name known.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah. Yeah.
most people know my name. At least I think. At least I think they do.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you know what I mean? But like being picky and choosy is a beautiful thing as a DJ.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's something that's a luxury I never had before.
Right. Right. Right.
Um, I genuinely think that most people don't have anything bad to say about me because I'm, you know, I like to be cool with people and shit like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and I think it's just like I think I'm just in a good place. Like I
Yeah.
don't got beef with
Yeah.
anybody. The gigs are good, the pay is good. I'm only DJing right now,
Yeah.
which is a blessing because I
Right.
mean I know most people got to grind,
Yeah.
and it has to do too with the fact that I don't have kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's a big plus for me. But
Yeah.
not to say it's you know a bad thing,
No, no, but I mean,
but having
like,
a kid is
yeah,
just a whole nother like
yeah,
monster. You know what I mean?
yeah, 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 yeah,
Like
yeah,
if you have a kid, you have to grind and you have to have
yeah,
another
yeah,
job and because
yeah,
you have to feed a whole as another human being and
yeah, yeah,
I don't
yeah,
got to deal with that. So I
yeah,
think that's like I think I'm really good right now.
yeah.
You know
Well,
what
that's
I mean?
great, man. That's sick, bro. I'm happy to hear that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, man. And I appreciate you telling me your story and you being in here and just chopping it up with me, man. Like I feel like we kind of talked about. I don't know if did we miss anything. Do you feel like we missed anything that you wanna bring up, or do you feel like we kind of hit everything?
Not really, bro. I mean,
I think we cool, right? Like
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm,
I
I'm
think we're
yeah,
good. I mean,
yeah,
the cool thing is like most people don't know my upbringing and they don't know
yeah,
that whole backstory. And then
yeah,
plus like people who do like follow me and stuff, they know my everyday life and what I do. It's like
yeah,
fucking video games and DJing and you
yeah.
know just
But that's
trying to
you,
do cool
man.
shit. But I just yeah.
Yeah, no, that's you, bro. I was excited to speak to you, man, just because I love games and just seeing you talk about video games and like music is like it's just cool. I feel like it
Bro,
was just gonna be a chill
bro
conversation, you know?
and it's crazy because I mean it's funny because before it was like people get made fun of for playing video games like
Yeah, bro, bro.
and bro I used to play video games so much and sometimes I feel like I have to keep it a fucking secret,
Bro, it's
you
so
know.
you know what's so crazy, bro. And I'll be real with you, man. Like it's funny, like I was excited hearing you speak when you were like, "Man, I used to play video games like crazy," because I was the same way, bro. Like when I was a kid growing up, all I wanted to do was play video games.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy that it got to a point where, like, when I started DJing, like you said, you feel like, damn, like should I stop playing video games? Like, is this not supposed to be, what you'd be
Yeah,
doing, And the fact that, like you said, like now it's like it's just so crazy, you know what I mean, to see how it's transpired to where it's at now, you know what I mean?
yeah, and the thing is too is like people are a lot of people it's like you have a lane and you got to stick to it, but for me it's
Yeah.
like why can't I be a
Why
gamer
not?
and a fucking DJ?
Yeah,
You know what I
it's
mean, when you're driving
facts.
on the freeway you don't stick to one lane,
Yeah.
you cross over a lot.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
my lanes are video gaming and DJing, so you know, and one thing I do want to eventually do is try to figure out a way to cross over
Yeah.
both worlds. I mean, you see it with like Marshmello doing the Fortnite shit. Like
Yeah.
that's like
It's beautiful to
a
see,
DJ in a
man.
video game, and people
Yeah.
are that's
Yeah. No, yeah,
you
it's
know, and
facts.
I think that's just the start of something huge when it comes to music and video gaming. Like,
Yeah.
and plus, some of the richest people in the world are video gamers.
Yeah. No,
You
it's
know,
facts.
like it's just
Yeah. No, it's dope, man. And it's good that you even starting to like plant that seed a little bit in your mind. Like, hey, why not? Why can't we do it? You know what I mean? And that's what's only gonna make you want to do more dope
exactly,
shit. You get what I'm saying?
exactly. I
Hell
mean,
yeah, man.
shit. being able to DJ at a Phase house one day or something, you know,
Hey,
like,
hey, you planting the seed, right? Manifest that shit, you know.
exactly, bro.
And then when it happens, we'll be like, hey, Vinny, remember when you said that
Yeah,
shit?
yeah, exactly, bro.
Hell yeah, man. Well, fuck, man. I appreciate your time, bro. I appreciate you chopping it up with me, man. Like, I know that, you know, this conversation, I hope it helps a lot of people out. You know what I'm saying?
This whole platform is dope as fuck. I think it's dope that because a lot of DJs don't really get to see each other's sides of shit. I
Nah,
feel
man.
like with the whole Instagram and social media age,
Yeah,
people just see like the wins. They don't see the grind to get there.
yeah,
And you know, like, yeah, I feel like, I mean, you as a DJ, when you go on your feed, it's like you just see flexing, 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 club, 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 and sometimes it feels like overwhelming. Where it's like, fuck, am I not doing enough? Am I not doing the right shit?
you feel like it gets in your head and
Yeah.
shit.
So I think this podcast really helps. Where it's like, okay, maybe Vinny didn't just get these fucking gigs that easy because he did have
Yeah,
to grind for it.
yeah, yeah,
You know, like Volley didn't just have it like handed out to
yeah,
him where he has these dope ass events.
yeah,
He actually had to grind for it, you know. So
yeah,
it's like
yeah,
we're
yeah,
all
yeah.
in the same boat with the grinding. So I really do appreciate this podcast for
Hell yeah,
doing that,
man. Thanks, bro. No,
shedding light on it.
it means a lot, man. That I think that's the thing. Is just us just chopping it up and just, you know, just having a normal conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
Yeah,
think
no,
that I
definitely,
think
dude.
we're never really able to have that. You know, especially when we're at the clubs. We're just like, all right, we got to do this,
Yeah,
and then we keep
loud
it pushing.
music,
Yeah,
loud music.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
what do you think? What do you
Yeah,
think, man? Like, that's
people
it.
requesting Bad Bunny, like that.
Yeah,
We can, you know what I mean? Like we can't
exactly.
really chop it up, man. So for us to just have a cool conversation and just talk about, you know, shit that we won't usually talk about, it just feels fun, man. And like, before you get out of here, man, how do you feel about the current climate of Latin music, man? How do you feel right now?
Bro,
What's
I'm so excited about it
yeah,
because we never had this much attention.
yeah,
Like we had a glimpse of it when like Gasolina and all that was
yeah,
popping
yeah,
with Daddy
yeah,
Yankee
yeah,
mid 2000s. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
But where it's at now, this is on a world stage,
It's
bro,
crazy,
and
bro.
everybody's switching their flavor to like
Love it.
Latin it out.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? They're realizing Latinos kind of make up a lot of the population, you
yeah,
know. So
man. It's
so
crazy.
it's exciting, man, and I think it's a good time to be a Latino in the entertainment industry in
Yeah,
general. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
man.
Like,
Yeah, it's
and
dope.
you know, just shout out to like the J Balvins and the Bad Bunnies who are just like
Yeah,
just breaking molds, bro, and just doing dope shit and getting the
yeah.
attention of people that would never pay attention to us before.
That's facts.
You know what
That's
I
well
mean?
said.
So,
Well said, bro. And that's fucking well said.
like, bro, every time Bad Bunny drops something, it's fucking good.
Yeah, bro.
You know, he's a Drake of that. You know, the Drake of the Latin world.
That
Where
Aventura
people are
record
just,
with Bad Bunny. Oh my
bro, my
god, bro.
God.
My son's
That's
tired
not
of it,
even
bro. My
that's
son's
not even
tired of,
fair, bro.
bro. That my son is looking at me when I'm singing that shit in the car, like, shut the fuck up, like, bro, because I don't stop singing that shit. I have that shit playing the whole day, and I'm like, why is it that good? Like,
Bro,
what the fuck, man?
these collabs are just unfair, bro. Like these Latin
Oh,
artists don't even beef. You know what I mean? If they do, it's low key, but they'll still do art. They'll still do tracks with each other. But
they don't even be,
like they just fucking like they just throw the 10 hottest artists on one track, and it's
bro.
like a hot track, bro. And
Dog.
like
Oh
Bad Bunny and
man,
Aventura aren't supposed to cross over like that, but they fucking
dog.
do.
That shit is crazy, dog.
It's oh my God,
I
bro,
love
but
it though. I love it.
it's great though that it hasn't gone old.
Yeah,
A lot of people thought it was gonna be a phase,
yeah,
but
yeah.
obviously not. You know what I mean?
No,
And
man, I love it.
it's only growing right now. It's evolving as we speak.
Facts,
The
man.
whole Pepas and the in the ghetto and
Dog.
that Ru Alejandro track, like
Yeah.
bro, like it's just
Pepas is my shit. Like I feel like I'm at the World Cup. Like I'm just like
the chanting shit.
yeah, I
Yeah,
just feel like it's loud as fuck, you
bro,
know. And then
it's
like, oh man, yeah,
yeah,
we're getting
and
excited
it's
talking about
evolving, bro.
it.
Watch when you
Yeah,
hear
man.
you're gonna start hearing Latin shit in the 128 BPM. You're gonna
Yeah,
hear that like everyone's gonna try to bring in that EDC and ultra music festivals, and
I'm with it, man.
it's
I'm
just
with it.
I feel
I'm
like
off
it's
for
just
great
getting
music.
started, bro. I
Yeah,
mean,
dog. Fuck, dog. Well, hopefully, you know, you'll be able to have a set while doing a video game set with Pepas in the back, bro. You get
yo,
what I'm
I
saying?
mean,
You feel me,
I
dog?
mean, I'm gonna figure something out, bro.
Yeah. We got to get it right, man. Well, thank you so much, bro. I appreciate your time. Thanks, dog.